Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So I'm sorry that it's been a little while since I have posted a video. I did the everyday makeup drawer video, but it's been a minute since you have seen my face. It has been such a roller coaster for me. I have been sick for like 3 weeks, unfortunately. I was dealing with really bad allergies, and then I did have to go to Phoenix for work for a conference, and unfortunately the allergies went with me. I promise I wasn't like contagious. I didn't have COVID or anything. I took the test, everything was negative, thank goodness, but I was battling that. And then last weekend we went to the river. Thankfully I was feeling well, but then this week it just kind of came back up and caught up with me again. So I feel like I'm finally at the tail end of, you know, feeling ill, but it's still been a rough ride, honestly. But today's video, I feel like it's been a little while since I've updated you on some of these new makeup products that I have brought into my life. They have entered into my collection, and I want to share my thoughts with you on those products because you definitely want to keep in mind, you know, what people's thoughts are on these products before you purchase them, or maybe you're like me and you totally just buy them anyways because that's basically me. But let's go ahead and get started. I tried not to pull too much because I'm really trying not to film a crazy long video, but we shall see because I feel like that's literally impossible for me. So let's go ahead and get started. I will be honest with you, we have a lot of bronzers to talk about. I feel like right now we are in our bronzer era. So anyways, I did have a primer to talk about. This is not new to the makeup market. However, e.l.f. continues to re-release this, and I think it's to build hype around this product, and it's the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I love this. I love this. I'm honestly so tempted to purchase another one just to have a backup because I love this primer so much. Not only does it smell good, but it also makes your makeup last all day long. And I feel like this formula is a little bit easier to blend on the skin than the original Power Grip primer that they have. This one is the OG. I feel like this one really set the tone for e.l.f. and then they discontinued it, and then they came out with the Power Grip primer, and I still prefer the Milk Hydro Grip primer to that one, but this one has to be my favorite. Like, I just love this primer so much. Every single time I wear this, my makeup looks really good, and it's perfect that they re-released it for summer because I feel like it is the ultimate summer primer because it just feels refreshing, it feels cooling, it feels hydrating, and then you also get that really nice watermelon scent, which is so refreshing, especially during this time of year. So I wanted to mention that because it is currently available at Ulta. I think Ulta is the only place that I've seen it. So hopefully if you were interested in it, hopefully you picked it up. My hair is a little bit crazy because it's still kind of air drying, but I did not have it in me to blow dry it. Like, we are not doing that. It's too freaking hot to do that. So hopefully it doesn't look too bad, or hopefully I'm not so annoying in this video playing with it. But anyways, let's move on. I don't have any foundations or anything like that to update you on. So now let's get into those bronzers that I was talking about. So firstly, everyone has been talking about this Buttermelt line from NYX, and I believe this is worth the hype. This is so good. This is the NYX Buttermelt bronzer. I did pick up the shade All Butted Up, which I feel like is the second shade, and this is very pigmented, you guys. This is very pigmented. I feel like this is a bronzer that you have to maybe go up a shade or down a shade, depending how you look at it, but this is super pigmented. I was actually considering getting the one deeper than this, and I'm so glad that I didn't because this works really well for my skin tone, and even still, I have to go in with the Pretty Light hand. So I'm really interested. If you have a very fair skin tone, let me know if these NYX bronzers work for you because these are very pigmented that I almost wonder if even the lightest shade is sometimes too dark for, you know, fair skin tones. But I love this formula. This formula has a little bit of a sheen to it. I'm sure you'll be able to see it whenever I swatch it. And here's what it looks like. I'm sure you can see that it has a little bit of that glow to it, and that's what I love so much about this bronzer. It's so easy to blend out, but it also just gives you something a little bit onto your skin that's just more than a bronzer. So I've been loving this. It also smells really good, so that's always a plus. All right, so then I have this cream bronzer from Physicians Formula, and this is the Mineral Wear Diamond Bronzer in the shade Bronze Gem. Now, I believe they have another shade available, but we all know Physicians Formula is not very good with their shade range, which is very upsetting. So my review on this one is, I do enjoy this formula. I do feel like it needs to be built up. It's not super pigmented right off the bat, but that is okay. Sometimes you want something that's a little bit more forgiving. You want something that you can build up, especially if you're a beginner. But I would also say that this is very comparable to the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Skin Enhancer, like the cream one, the one that's in the pot. And this is a good alternative for that because it does remind me so much of that formula for Makeup by Mario. It reminds me so much of that consistency. But my issue again is the shade range. So I feel like I only recommend this if this is going to work for you or if you were interested in it. I feel like I can't highly sing its praises because of the fact that it only has, I think, 2 shades. I could be wrong, maybe on the website or on their website, maybe they have more shades, but I've only ever seen this one. But I do know that they have another one from what I've heard and have seen. But yes, I think it's a good formula. I do like it, but again, the shade range is kind of making me hesitant on you know, singing the praises of this product, but I do think it's a good alternative to the Makeup by Mario, again, in case you were interested in that product, but maybe it was a little bit too much for you. That one from Physicians Formula is good. Then we have these 2 liquid bronzers from Sephora. So firstly, I do have the one from Saie. This is their Dew Bronze Bronzer, and I picked up the shade Sand. So very similar packaging to their liquid blushes. I really, really enjoy their liquid blushes. So I was very excited to see that they were coming out with liquid bronzers, and I like this. I really, really like this. At first, I was a little bit surprised that I am the shade Sand because I feel like I'm normally the second shade in a bronzer, but this is the first shade. Their shade range is a little bit wonky in my opinion. I feel like they only have 6 shades and they're all kind of all over the place when it comes to undertones. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe the undertones are so varied and maybe that's a good thing, right? I'm not sure, but the shade Sand does work for me. So if you are someone who's my skin tone or lighter, I do think that this will work. I do build this up kind of heavily though, so I feel like I really could have benefited from a shade in between the first shade and the second shade, but it's okay. This is very similar to the blushes in the sense that it's very easy to blend, it's easily to build up, which again is something that I like to do. And what I like to do though, sorry I moved my camera, what I like to do though is I like to start on one side of my face because this is a little bit of a thicker texture. I don't know if you can see on the doe foot that it kind of has like a moussey texture to it. Here is the shade Sand, by the way. But it's a little bit thicker and not super liquidy. So with that being said, I would definitely start with one section at a time on your face. That way you're not having any difficulty blending out the product. So that's just my advice to you. But I do really enjoy this formula. I've been happy to have it in my collection. I've been happy, you know, that I picked it up. So I do recommend this one. Then we have the Makeup by Mario product, and this is the Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. So this is a liquid bronzer, and this is also kind of a funky shade range because these are so sheer and so light that I am someone who normally goes in with like a light, like I fit in like the light category. This is light medium, so I'm a little bit deeper in this shade range, which is again kind of odd, but I really, really enjoy this product. This is actually the bronzer that I have on today, and then I also have a powder bronzer on as well, but this is so nice. First off, you do have a pump. So if you wanted to use it more as like a primer or a way to kind of like bronze up your skin a little bit, you could use the pump. I, however, like to use the Doe Foot because I use this more as a liquid bronzer, and I really, really love this. I do. I feel like even though this is a little bit sheer, because I went deeper with this one, I don't have to build this one up nearly as much as the Saie bronzer, and it blends out so beautifully. Like, this is such a nice and forgiving formula. It's so just buildable in the best way possible and seamless. Like, I think seamless is the best way to describe it. Sorry, gotta keep hydrating or else I feel like I will lose my voice. But anyways, this is just so seamless on the skin. I feel like whenever I blend it in, I can't see where my, you know, concealer and foundation and bronzer meet. Like, it's just one with the skin, which I really love. So I would recommend checking this out. Maybe swatch it in store at Sephora and pick out your shade that way. If you don't have a Sephora near you, or this isn't in stock near you, then my recommendation would be to maybe just go up a shade or two, because that might fit you better if you are using it as a liquid bronzer, right? So anyways, really, really happy with those new bronzers. And I feel like, again, we are in our bronzer era, and I am okay with that because I'm loving bronzer. I love blush still, and I actually need to slow down on the bronzers because I feel like there are just so many bronzers that I've added to my collection, and I need to not do that. But anyways, let's keep going. A long time ago, I purchased another shade of the Patrick Ta Cream and Powder Blush Duos. This is the shade Not Too Much. This went completely viral. I feel like everyone was trying to get their hands on this specific shade during the sale, and I do really, really enjoy this one. This is probably, I would say, after She's Blushing. If not, this is like tied with She's Blushing. This is definitely in place, you know, in the running to be my favorite Patrick Ta blush. I love this color so much. I love that you can never go too heavy-handed with the shade. I feel like some of his blush duos, it's like super pigmented right off the bat that you're just kind of like, like freaking out, like trying to blend it out. This is not going to happen with this shade. Of course, the fairer you are, you know, the possibility of that happening is higher. But if you are a light complected or fair to light, even like medium, this is going to be so beautiful on you. And of course, he has so many other shades to choose from, which I love. And then they are so pigmented, so I feel like it can range a little bit further, which is nice as well. But the shade Not Too Much is perfect for every day. It goes with so many different lip products and eyeshadow looks, everything. So just wanted to give my update. I do think that this shade is completely worth it. So if you are looking into it, I highly recommend. It's easily become one of my favorites. Then we have another cream blush that I picked up during the sale, the Sephora VIB sale, and this is the LYS, I don't know the name of this, but it's their newer like cream blush sticks, and these are glowy. So here's what mine looks like. I did pick up the shade Bubbly, and I feel like no one is talking about this product, which is so sad because glowy blush, I feel like, is everything right now, and these are really nice. This is a stellar formula, very similar to their cream bronzers, like the same formula, very creamy and pigmented right off the bat. And these, what I love is that they're a glowy blush, so they do have some like shimmer in them, no glitter or anything like that, but it's not going to emphasize texture because it's a cream, right? The new Rare Beauty powder blushes, the ones that are like luminous, those I really do enjoy. I like them, but I have to focus on them right here on my skin, or else it'll become too, my texture will become too emphasized the closer I apply to my nose. So I have to be very careful. A cream, at least this one from LYS, you don't have to be as careful, which is so nice. I feel like nobody is talking about these. I do think that these need more hype because they are so beautiful. There are so many other shades as well. I love the packaging. I just really enjoy this. I think that it's perfect for summer, and the shades, of course, are very beautiful for summer as well. And again, they're so easy to apply and blend out and everything. So really happy with those. I then wanted to talk about, I picked up this face palette from Smashbox. I am in a face palette moment right now. I love face palettes. I love the ease of use with them. I love blush palettes especially. I just love being able to like mix and match different blushes in the face palettes and just kind of like throw them on. And anyways, this is the Smashbox Halo Sculpt and Glow Face Palette, and I picked up the shade Back to Cali, which I believe is the second one. And here is what this looks like. I really like how just nice and concise this is. You get 2 blushes, a highlighter, and a bronzer. And this is really good. This is very good. I will say my least favorite out of the 4 is definitely the bronzer. I feel like I have to go in with a heavy hand with this bronzer, but the blush is perfect. The highlighter is stunning. I brought this with me to Phoenix whenever I traveled for work. This was beautiful. This is everything that I needed. This was the only powder highlight I brought. This was the only powder blushes that I brought. And I think this was the only powder bronzer that I brought. And then I brought like creams, right, for everything. But this was perfect. This is great to top over creams after you've set your skin with powder. This is great again for just using it as an all over face palette. It's so just nice and handy. And again, I really am happy with how pigmented these are. I was a little bit concerned after watching some videos and listening to some reviews that this was not going to be super pigmented, that it would take a lot to build up, but I was still so interested in trying it out, and I'm so glad I did, because ever since I got it, I've been using it kind of non-stop, to be honest. So really pleased with this one. I also love how like sleek and compact it is. I feel like face palettes tend to be so big for no reason. So definitely am grateful to Smashbox for that. We're almost done here. I want to talk about some lip products. I want to give some updates on some lip products. So I have 4 lip products to talk about. Going back to the e.l.f. Jelly Pop collection, with this relaunch, they came out with a Jelly Pop Glow Reviver lip oil. I love this. I love this so much. I know I was talking to my friend Anna, and she was saying that she wishes it was a little bit more of like that pinky color. It doesn't have much of like a base to it, which I definitely can see that, but I think what I love about it, so here's a swatch of it right here. I think what I love about it is that it's so easy just to throw into your purse and, you know, throw onto your lips throughout the day. Because it doesn't have a ton of pigment to it, you don't need a mirror to apply it. I just feel like it's really nice and refreshing just to kind of like throw onto the lips as you're going through your day. And I really like that aspect. I also love, again, that juicy watermelon scent. It's amazing. So I'm really happy with this. I was so happy that they came out with the lip oil specifically for the Jelly Pop collection. Then we have the new Fenty Beauty lip oils, okay? I was so excited to just swatch these inside Sephora. I was in Sephora one day randomly, and I could not believe that they had them. I was like, what the heck? And I sent I did swatches. I sent some to Anna. Like, I was so excited. And I decided to go for the shade Frosted Buns. First off, it looks very similar to the glosses, exact same packaging. And the applicator is definitely different. So it's not that thick applicator. It's almost more of like a spatula, kind of. It's a lot thinner. I really enjoy this formula. It also has a nice vanilla scent to it. I did pick up the shade Frosted Buns. I felt like this one was the most beautiful. And here is what it looks like. It is so sparkly and just beautiful on the lips. This is so beautiful. You don't feel the sparkle, which is really nice. It doesn't feel thick. I feel like it's a really nice hybrid between a gloss and a lip oil, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm impressed with this. I will say, which is my complaint with the gloss bombs in general, this applicator picks up so much product that this is too much for my lips. Like, if I were to go in with this entire doe foot on my lips, it would be like basically like not sticky, but like gunky city, right? So I have to scrape some off, which is a little bit annoying. I just feel like sometimes I'm over like the big doe foot trend because they pick up so much product. But overall, I'm really impressed with the formula and I do like it. I also love just how shimmery it looks on the lips. All right, then we have this from LA Girl. I didn't even know that they were coming out with these. These are the LA Girl Sheer Tint Lip Balms, and I picked up the shade Sheer Black Cherry. So here's what they look like. I am really happy with these. This is like a perfect like throw in your purse type of lip product, and this is great for every day. It's just a really nice, just kind of like glowy lip balm that's really comfortable, non-sticky, not super pigmented, but pigmented enough where it makes you look put together. Really happy with these. I don't have much to say about them because again, it's just kind of like a basic tinted lip balm, but I love how affordable these are. I feel like this was $6, $5, something like that. And they do have a lot of other shades. I just really enjoy the shade Sheer Black Cherry because I love that like black cherry type of look. I think it's beautiful. All right, and then I wanted to give an update on this K-Skin Isle Lip Balm with SPF 30. And I specifically picked up the shade Nude Ting. So I picked this up during the Sephora VIB sale. And I picked this up because it has SPF in it, and it has SPF 30, which is really good. I do a lot of outdoor activities during the summer. I just mentioned I was at the river. We go to the beach a lot, we go to the pool, and so I'm always thinking about, okay, how can I fully protect my body with SPF? Your lips are something that you tend to quickly, you know, kind of like forget about when it comes to protection. So I picked this up, really happy that I did. This is beautiful. I love the formula. I think that it's great for like, it's perfect for outdoors, if that makes sense. Like sometimes you think of a lip gloss or a lip balm and like, it's just, to me, it's gross wearing that outside and it's so hot. And then if you're going to be outside, like that can just be too much sometimes. But this is a really great consistency and formula where I feel comfortable wearing this. You know, I feel like it's doing the job, and I'm also, you know, getting a little bit of tint to it, which is really nice because again, I'm all about looking put together, right? Even in the, you know, most minimal way. So yes, I also feel like these do protect my lips. I haven't had sunburn or anything like that. So really happy with the K-Skin lip balms. And these are also pretty affordable considering the fact that they're in Sephora. I think this was $14. So anyways, last product. I was like, do I talk about it? Do I not? Because again, this video is so long, I cannot help it. But this is from Beauty of Joseon. I picked this up during our San Francisco trip. I went to an Asian beauty store and they carried a lot of Asian beauty products and brands. And so Beauty of Joseon is a Korean beauty brand, and I love their sunscreen, their Relief Sun. And this is their matte sun stick. And this has I want to say SPF 50. For some reason I can't find it on here, but again, this is a sun stick. It literally looks like a deodorant stick kind of, but this is amazing. This is amazing. I wanted to mention this because, and I don't know if you have to necessarily get this one, but I highly recommend a sun stick for the summer. It is a quick way to apply sunscreen, to reapply sunscreen. There are sometimes, especially whenever I was at the river this past weekend, I didn't feel like applying lotion. You know what I mean? Like I was just like hot. I just wanted to like sit down, or like maybe I had just gotten out of the water. I wasn't necessarily like completely dry. So I would just like pat myself dry, and then I would just like run this stick over my chest, over my shoulders, over my face. And it's so convenient. Obviously I would later go in with a lotion, with spray, like with everything, because I don't think that this would be enough alone, because it's a stick, like it probably could easily miss a spot. But this was great for on the go. This was great to just quickly reapply. And I feel like if you were out, you know, running errands and you're out in the sun, you may not I don't know about y'all, but I'm constantly wearing something that's showing my arms, that's showing my chest, and I'm not thinking about those areas whenever we're out and about, you know, like I'm always thinking about my face. But I feel like I'm not thinking about those things because I'm thinking to my head, oh, I'm just running errands, whatever. But you should obviously think about those because you can get sunspots, you can get burnt, you can, you know what I mean? Like Anyways, so this has been helpful for that specifically, just to kind of like quickly draw on and get that sun protection. And the finish is matte, so it doesn't feel like you literally, it literally feels like you put nothing on. Like, it's amazing. So really recommend this one from Beauty of Joseon. I am curious to try out some other ones. I know like Cetaphil has one. I know Coppertone has one. There's a lot of other brands that have them, so I'm curious to try those out. But anyways, those are all of the products that I wanted to quickly, not so quickly, give my reviews about. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that if you were interested in any of these products that my review helped you. Comment down below, are you picking up any of these products? Are you interested in any of these? And yeah, I would love to hear from you guys as always. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.